Alright, so we also pulled away number 13 and 12 of the poly caps just to get it out of the way. Now then, I just need to put this guy here. Oops. I'm gonna have to invest in getting a safety net or something, because I'm really tired when that happens. Sick and tired of it. Now, according to the instructions, I have to put... Now I gotta put the, this guy. There we go. And then using a Q-tip, just apply it on so that way it goes on nice and smooth. I realize you can't use this or the other tools that you guys see me use because it does more damage than good. Now, I didn't realize that you had to put this guy on, which was a clear part over it. There we go. And then finally, you put another clear part over the clear part. That has a nice a nice photo edge, a nice etching in the green plastic, in the green, in the clear green thing. So it looks pretty nice. This, of course, will not hold into place until you put the cover. So before I do that, I gotta put this guy on, which seals the wrist, and then you have the final cover here. And everything snaps into place. Okay. So we put that off to the side. Now we're going to work on the upper arm. I'm going to need this guy. Now for the upper arm, you're going to have this plastic. You'll have two connectors notches like this. One notch is smaller than the other, so you want the smaller part placed here. You're going to have to actually hold it with your hand like this because it doesn't stick into place. While that's happening, you take this guy, stick it here in this format. Then you take this guy and stick it over here. And then you seal it. Don't know where my probing tool is, but I'll have to use something else. There we go. That's one thing I didn't like. This part doesn't like to stay in place. I had to fool around with this a lot. Yeah, she doesn't want to stay into place for some unknown reason. There we go. And then I gotta do this. Again, don't force the parts. Now this part here, you got this guy here, and that acts as a clamp, so it stays. So these two parts don't snap off into place. So that's a good idea on Bandai's part. Now going back to this arm, I'm going to take this guy flip him over like so, and then him sticking in like that. You can do this. Problem is this thing pops out a bit, so you know that the limitations is up to here. I don't see that there's that this has to be different where you can actually swing the arm all the way in or bend it all the way in. So just be very cautious with what you do. Now then, next part is the shoulders, and this one I've noticed a trend, or noticed an issue. When you put this on over here, there is no place to hold it into place. Once you latch onto this guy, it'll tend to look like this. Actually, let's wait until I do that, and then I'll explain. So you take this guy, take this guy, and you uniquely create the outer frame of this. But there's no way to hold it in unless you stick the arm right into the peg where the torso is, so it can stay into place. I don't know, that kind of threw me off a bit. I don't know why, but I'll accept that for now. Now this one has to be snapped in all the way into place, because this guy will not go through unless you do that. And be careful not to force it. So now I gotta do it this way. Grab the notches that I see there and then finagle my way in like that. There we go. The last parts, of course, is the trim that goes here and here. Then I put in the only parts that holds the saber handles, or the GN saber handles. Last thing is we're going to move on to the hands. Speaking of hands, I'll comment on whatever. I'll comment that in a few moments. Not now. Here you go. It snaps into place. Okay. And here we go. See? There are the arms of the Master Grade Exia. And of course I can't put it in this position and hold it because it does this. Voila. Okay, the next part is the feet of the Master Grade Exia. I have to admit there's a lot of cool detail on the actual legs itself, as I'm going to demonstrate soon. Now this part, which is the front part of the foot, requires two of these smaller polycaps. To be placed side by side like this. Actually, I just peeled off an extra part. Hold on a second. There we go. Alright. So it should look like this. You would think the reason why it's like this is because you have this guy with that little notch there. You're supposed to slide it in through here. Now you would think, oh, I might as well put them on and then put it on this. No, it won't allow you to do that. So you got to carefully hold it with this finger and then slide that in like this. It won't come off that easy. It's meant to swivel just a tad. With that being done, this is actually the first time I see a kit that comes with a footsie, as I call it. There we go. You slam in there. Then you get this base here. There we go. Now before you put these guys on, you need the actual base and another part. There we go. Alright. So according to this, you latch it onto the back here. Put that on there. And then put on the white coverings, white armored coverings. Which goes down, you know, goes on nice and smooth. There we go. That's actually pretty nice. Now the next part, which would be the actual legs itself. I kind of cut myself, guys, so it's a bit annoying, my finger right now. Don't you just hate it when you cut yourself? I think this guy goes like this. This guy goes like that. And then that snaps into place. Surprisingly, I thought when I saw the screws, what was the part that I used to have to screw on? Was it the actual? Yeah, that was the actual arms. Probably they will do it with the legs. Alright, never mind. Move on to the next one. This guy here. And this guy here. So in which case now I take this. I take this first. Alright. Alright, there she goes. This goes in pretty good. Alright. I take this guy here. The legs have good detail, I have to admit. And then this guy goes here.